Alright, Mr. Palmer here, doing this one on PageRank. Okay, so the big questions for this video are: what factors affect the ranking of a web page in search results? This video is looking at old school old school search engines, alright, and the kind of traditional factors. Then in the second video, where I go through PageRank step by step, because this one's just an overview of PageRank, we'll compare the old school factors in terms of ranking to PageRank, okay, to see what the differences are. So when we talk about old school search engines, you guys are probably too young now to think about it, but they had different kind of factors that affected the positioning. So I'm talking about things like Alta Vista, the original Yahoo, because this was an index of search of websites and web pages. Okay, then things like Lycos and web crawler. All right, and what they would do is they would send out a bot, crawl through the page. All right, and it would be looking for different kinds of information on the page. So remember what the purpose of HTML is, okay, about identifying content. And so then analyze the content to see what keywords you had in your title, all right, what meta tags you had provided in the head, so in your keywords and in the description. And then did you use headings, so the H1, H2, H3 structure for the page, and if your headings again had keywords in them, and when was the page last kind of updated. All right, so these kind of factors, these are like some of the factors, not all of them, because there were like 100, over 200 probably factors that we could be talking about here. But these were some of the most important ones, and they would use that to kind of qualify where your page would come up or down in those rankings. Which is why when you look at old web pages and you looked at their code, you used to see stacks of meta tags all over, and people used to try and cram as many tags into the page as possible to try and promote their web pages up in the search engine listings. All right. And the actual domain as well. Sorry, I forgot that one. Obviously, like .gov.uk should be more highly ranked than some web page on some weird free hosting service. Okay, so that all obviously changed when Google came along, because Google had a slightly different way of ranking pages. All right, and the way to think about it is to kind of think about, let's an analogy instead to begin with. All right, so you're having a dinner party, you've only got space in your house for 6 other people to fit around your dining table. All right, so how do you make the guest list? Generally what you do is you look along all your friends and everyone who you could possibly invite, and you pick the most popular person. All right, now the other people who are coming along depend upon their links to the most popular person and their own popularity, because if someone is connected to that most popular person and they're also quite popular in their own right, you're going to be like, yeah, I want that person to come to the party. But then obviously when the most popular person says they want to bring a +1, then that person, that +1, suddenly also boosts up in the rankings because they're connected to the most popular person. All right, so you got this kind of popularity contest, and that's basically what PageRank is. It's a popularity contest between different web pages, because the more incoming links you have to a page, right, the higher it's going to rank, because obviously lots of people know you, so therefore you must be quite a popular person. And it's the same thing. If lots of pages are referring to the same page, then there must be something important on that page that lots of pages are referring to it. All right. If you've only got one friend, but that friend is a really important person, then obviously you must be a big cheese. All right. And it's the same thing with a web page. If a really important web page links your page, then there must be something important on your page, and so that again boosts your ranking. An established page is going to have a higher rank than a newer page. All right, so it's like that new kid who comes to school, and they're never going to be as popular as the old person who's been there for a long time. And then any page that's got too many outgoing links is going to rank lower, because it just could be a link farm. All right. And it's a bit like that guy who claims to know everybody, but we know they don't really know anybody. They're just like running their mouth off in a sense. Okay, so if we think about the data structure that's behind this algorithm, okay, it's using what we call the web graph. Yeah, so it's a directed graph because hyperlinks are the edges between two pages. Each page is a vertex. All right, and we have outgoing links because they're the link from page A, for example, to page E on my little web graph over there, or pages links can be incoming because D has an incoming link from A and from C. All right, and out. So it's a directed graph. All right, so the actual formula looks like this. All right, I've kind of laid it out. If you're looking at a textbook, it might all be on one line, but I'm trying to show that the page rank of a page, so page rank of T1, because that's a page, is divided by the count of links on that page. Yeah. So the rank of a page is divided by the amount of links on that page. That's multiplied by a damping factor D, then added to 1 minus D, and then that gives you the actual page rank of that page A. Now, what happens if A has a link to page T1 and T1 is obviously linked back to page A? We've got a bit of a circular situation there, because basically what we're saying is page A is pointing at page B, but page B's got a link back to page A. Therefore, page A's rank depends on page B, but page B's rank depends on page A. So basically, it's all just going in a circle over here. So what we're doing is we start off with this kind of hypothetical page rank, okay, and then we keep applying this formula iteratively, and every time we apply it, the numbers are getting fine-tuned until we kind of end up with a stabilized page rank for all of the different pages. And you'll see what I mean by that when I go through the step through bit by bit. All right, so now if you think about the popularity contest, all right, when we break down just one little section of that kind of page rank bit over there, all right, the total page rank of a page is divided by the number of pages that's linked. So basically you're spreading the love. All right, a page has a particular rank, but then its rank is shared out amongst all the links on that page to all the pages that it's linked to. So the more links that it has, the more it's spreading its love, okay, and the fewer links it has, then the pages that it links to gets more of its weight, okay, and more emphasis coming placed upon those pages. All right, that damping factor is to prevent any pages from having continual impact. So Google set it at about 0.85, okay? So if you work out the probability of that, after about 6 clicks on, all right, it's almost 0, yeah? And so basically what they're saying is that a user might be on a page, click a link, follow that to another link, to another link, to another link, and then once they've followed about 6 clicks on, then they just kind of give up and they start a new search, oh yeah? So you don't want any page's rank to propagate more than 6 clicks on down the chain. So that's where they come up with this magic number of 0.85. All right, so that's the formula again, based on what we've been talking about. Remember that a page rank depends on the page that it's connected to, but then they may be linked back. So therefore the formula is being applied iteratively until the rank stabilizes. And then don't forget that Google wants obviously the ranks to be accurate, so they're recalculating these on a regular basis, right? Monthly, whatever it is. All right, so you should have an idea about the old school factors that affect the ranking of a web page, and you should have some kind of idea about the overview of how PageRank works. All right, so the next video is going to be doing a step through and then a comparison of the old school to new factors in terms of the comparison of PageRank to the old factors.